guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. I included that bit of shuffling at the beginning of the reading because originally I was just trying to do a bit of like a pick a card reading and split it up into groups. And as you guys see, the new love card came out twice. So I spent a bit of time with the card and I'm like, why would that come out twice like that? And the message I got was the divine masculines are approaching the feminines with a new type of love. So it says new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And the reason I feel like it says stirred your romantic feelings is because that is his strategy. That is what he intends to do. A lot of the divine masculines are spending a lot of time alone. I feel like they're not communicating or they're not saying much on purpose. They don't want anybody in on their transformation, like what they're strategizing about. I feel like they've heard enough from everyone. Everyone's had a chance to like have their say, have their input. And he's really learning the ropes of this twin flame journey now, which is, to really look within for those answers. And I feel like it's really been challenging for many of the masculines to look within and really trust a lot of the insights that occur within them, because I felt like because many of them were like so entrenched in that very masculine embodiment, it was hard to like trust your instincts and your thoughts, because for many of them, it's like it had to be proven in some way for them to really see that this experience was real. Like they were just looking for some kind of proof. And time again, the proof came from their feelings, their heart space, observing the signs and synchronicities in nature and in their dreams, having the divine feminine come up in their head and literally go into like full conversation mode with her for like a good straight 8 minutes. So it's these types of things that are happening, which is why they don't really want anybody to have a say right now. They're kind of hermiting. But whenever we have like the hermit or even just the hanged man card come up, it's like, really looking at things in a different way, maybe looking at some of the ideals that we were a little bit hung up on, and now it's time to kind of let go and move on and even come out of that cave, divine masculines. And I feel like it's really going to shock a lot of the feminines, because the feminines have really allowed the time and space to occur for the masculines to heal, and many of the divine feminines as well have done so much work on the journey that just your past conversations alone with your masculines has been enough to be that guiding light for him. And that's for those of you who have taken your own space to really focus on a lot of your success, like I was mentioning in the last video. But he's definitely keeping an eye on you. I feel like the more the feminine lifts her vibration, the flame, it really blazes a lot more bigger, really flamboyantly, just dancing around, and the masculine is drawn to it like a moth, and he's really going through this beautiful awakening, I want to say. It's like transformation, awakening, seeing things in a new way, from a new perspective, from a different view that might have been really unorthodox for him before. Maybe even like breaking, religious beliefs or certain values or morals that he held really tightly and closely. He's looking at it under a microscope and experiencing a lot more freedom in thought, freedom in expression. And it's kind of like what the divine feminine has been doing when she has been forced to kind of let go and explore her own creative expression, right? It's like even she finds herself feeling the sense of freedom, abundance, breaking a lot of barriers and paradigms here on planet Earth, and really slowing down as well. Like many of the divine feminines, even though they felt very feminine at the core, they still found themselves doing a lot of masculine things or looking at the world from a very masculine perspective, i.e. working very hard to get all of the things you want. And if you're not working hard and if you're not on the clock all the time, then it means you're going to fail. Many of the divine feminines have really grown out of that programming, and now they're just these like manifesting machines is what I want to say, like very much into their Queen of Pentacles energy, which we know the Queen of Pentacles is the Empress in action. So yeah, you guys are really setting the example. He's got his eyes on you, and I feel like this is transforming him into becoming a new person. Another strong message I was getting with the new love card is apologies coming in. And that goes out for a lot of the divine feminines on the journey who you're not used to your masculine apologizing or talking about things and reciprocating their remorse. They're used to just kind of coming back into contact and sweeping things under the rug. Or maybe you guys might feel like you've kind of like telepathically worked it out. It's like, you know, for them, it's not enough anymore. For the new love that's coming in, the new version of them, it's really going to be taking accountability. Okay. So yeah, that was a lot out of that one little card there. Really big energy in this one little card here. But yeah, I just thought that I would shuffle a little bit more. I'm going to actually pull this out as well. And I have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So I'm just going to see what comes out in the shuffling. If nothing pops out, I'll choose what's at the very top of the deck. Okay, religious factors. You know what? I knew this card was going to come up, guys. Only because, like, the new love thing for me, like this new version of them, like they're gonna express their love in a new way. Like you're gonna be like, who is this person and why is he being so in tune with the twin flame journey, is what I hear a lot of the divine feminines thinking and saying. And it's definitely going to create a bit of like awe and ecstasy and euphoria in your connection. But many of these masculines who are experiencing this new version of themselves, they are breaking through a lot of the religious factors that kept them away from you. So either you guys were like different cultures, one of you is married, maybe both of you are married. Something around you two being together is like wrong religiously. Like you guys would be imposing on things that you've grown up with to know. You know, it's kind of wrong in that sense, but you guys are kind of like breaking through these things. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. It could very well be that the divine masculine is also looking at the differences between being like religious versus spiritual. What I get to is gaining more respect for the feminine's way of seeing the world. Okay, like I feel like this hermit energy or this hanged man energy is making him appreciate the way the feminine sees the world. You know what's weird about this energy that I'm getting with this card coming up here? I feel like either the masculine has been influenced in some way, or just people in his circle, people who know about his connection to the feminine or just have clues about it or whatever. They've kind of like tried to convince him that she's like a witch or I don't know, like something just like not right or unordinary about her. But what I'm getting is that the masculine's like, but I'm just like her. He's like, but I'm just like her. So does that mean I'm like, what, a sorcerer, a warlock? And so that's what's kind of making him break down these walls around him that keep him from communicating and expressing his true nature towards you. So I feel like he's doing a lot of work around this, and a lot of the transformation that is coming forward for those of you who resonate with this reading. I feel like many of you are really going to be pleasantly surprised. And that's actually his goal, is to make you feel very pleasantly surprised by, you know, a lot of the work that he's been doing because of your influence, divine feminine. Let's get some more messages. You know, what types of signs and synchronicities need to come through for both of the twins right now, just to give whoever's tuned into this reading, just to give them extra messages about their connection. Because this is just full of symbols here, guys. It's the Witches Literary Oracle deck. And yeah, I just want to see what comes out, just to maybe tell you guys what to look out for. Okay, we'll take what's at the top, bottom, and just right in the middle. Okay, so the cat is coming up again. Okay, so this speaks about strategizing for me, because cats are very agile, very quick thinkers. They can move well at night as well. I keep going back to the Hanged Man and the Hermit here, but I feel like it speaks a lot about your masculine seeing best during his dark nights, his tower moments. That's why I always urge you guys not to fear separation or blocking or ghosting or whatever, because oftentimes this is a place where they are able to think about things very clearly. They hold on to a lot of what you say as well, Divine Feminine. So even if you express yourself very emotionally and then they just kind of ghost you, they're really using this time and space to go back and reflect on a lot of those conversations, and they want to do things again in a very new way. And I feel like even like with the Black Cat coming through with religious factors there, it's like everyone has looked at the feminine and her views and her belief in twin flames and soul connections and tarot cards and all of this stuff is very like taboo. Again, looking at the feminine as well, maybe like she's just this black cat, bad luck type of thing. And he is kind of coming through and saying, what the Divine Feminine represents, even with this darkness that everyone has been influencing me with, she's kind of made me appreciate the darkness, make me fear the dark sides of people even less because of how much her light shines. So it's almost like he's trying to let the feminine know that by transforming and being this new me, I just want you to know that you've taught me to see very well at night, dark night of the soul type of energy. So a lot of his transformation is coming through as, being very grateful and thankful as well. Wildflowers. This is the thank you. He's being very grateful. And so, yeah, he's sending you wildflowers because he's trying to tell you he went and he picked these himself and he even tied the bow. This speaks volumes about the new love because, rather than the masculine who would have bought the very luxurious bouquet of flowers, he kind of knows that this new version of himself and connecting with his beautiful Divine Feminine, that she would be more the type to have a beautiful laugh at him picking flowers outside of his garden or just on a walk to meet her, and tying them all together and giving them to her. It's like, this is like the type of stuff you're bringing out, Divine Feminine. I feel like, even that comment about like not having to buy the whole luxurious bouquet, like that's what he's been used to. That's what a lot of his karmic partners in the past have expected, very superficial, artificial behavior. And he's just really starting to see the beauty in the Divine Feminine. The simplicity is what I get with the Wildflower card. And to end off, we have the glove, the white glove. I feel like this card represents the elegance that he appreciates in his Divine Feminine. It's interesting because I think in the last reading, I channeled a white dress, Queen of Pentacles energy, and I talked about the Divine Feminines being very elegant or just doing something where you're wearing a lot of white that's coming in either for protection or like protection from like karmic energy is what I'm getting. I just heard it fits. So your connection just fits, Divine Feminine, you particularly, because look at how very beautiful and ladylike the hands are in this card. You're like the perfect fit, Divine Feminine, and that's what he's trying to say to you. For him, it is more of recognizing his other half in you, and he's starting to see that, again, despite the weirdness and a lot of the behaviors from other people and opinions about the Divine Feminine, all along was just to deter them from coming closer and really getting to know each other. But now that, he's asking people to kind of just like back off, butt out, he's really seeing that she is his divine match, his perfect fit. Okay, so I'm going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic to end off this reading. And this is strictly going to be a divine masculine message to his feminine, just to let you know, what he's either working on, just a special reminder that he wants to send you. I'm sure it's just going to resonate for whoever's tuned in, okay? Okay, so those two wanted to come out. All right, so we have the Four of Cups here coming up. And again, I think that this talks about asking everyone to butt out, no longer worrying about who's listening to your conversations, realizing that he needs to create a little bit more stability around the connection with the feminine, with the energy of the four. I get protecting their love from this card as well. Their love is very beautiful. like it makes him feel very beautiful. And that's the part of him that says, I really have to start creating firmer boundaries and kind of walking the rest of this path alone without a lot of influence, because, I just, he needs to cut ties in different areas. And I feel like with the horseshoe there as well, it's like, just bringing more luck to the connection. I feel like a lot of people have, even with the cat totem there, seeing cats as black cats, as bad luck. That's not the way he sees his feminine, even with all of her unusual ways, her unusual beliefs, that kind of odd, weird factor about her that's undeniably attractive and beautiful. I feel like it's him realizing that he very much wants that as part of his reality. And no matter who's closest to him, whoever had any kind of like differing opinions about this connection, he's really standing strong now. And that's adding to like the new love, like the new transformation, the new him, okay? Because the Ten of Cups is coming up to end off this reading, and he's attached to you, you're attached to him, because this card actually represents attachment to your partner, like letting each other know that you basically love each other, so that even if you have distance and time apart, the both of you always know that, both of you are always working towards this connection. She's offering him the fruit, he's walking towards the full chalice. At this point, he really wants his divine feminine to know that, again, the Ten of Cups, like, you're his perfect love. You're his match. You just fit. All right, guys, I love you. I hope this reading finds you well. I think that the cards are really beautiful, and it's definitely in line with a lot of the energies that I feel coming from the masculines, all right? So, yeah, if you guys want to hit me up for a personal reading, I can be found at wizio.com. And as always, I would love to shout out the Patreon crew, my mega crew, mega good vibes. I love you guys. Take care, and I will speak to you soon, all right?